next couple of weeks, we will define what this art of prayer is. We're going to define what prayer is. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to talk about what prayer is for. We're going to talk about why it is necessary for us to pray. For I am convinced, Claire, that many people don't understand the power of prayer. Many people do not understand the power of prayer. In fact, I dare to say today, in this very room here today, there are many people that are struggling in their life of prayer. Three people. I want you to be honest with me today. Yeah. We don't struggle, Pastor. No, we do struggle with coming to church on time. We struggle with that. We don't struggle with going to the man's job on time. But I can tell you that the struggle is real when it comes on to praying. Pastor, what are you saying? The Bible says men ought always to pray and not to faint. But I've come to understand, Clement, we are in this part of life where we got more fainters than prayers. I wish I could talk to you today. We understand if I call an all-night prayer meeting, it will be me, Sam, and the faithful few. Yeah, I wish someone would be honest with me today. If I say to you that we're going to pray all night, Joey say, Pastor, I can't make it. And so there are people who will shun prayer. Because I've come to understand. In fact, before I say that, you told me 6 p.m. on a Saturday evening was better for you, and many of you have not showed up yet for prayer because you don't understand the power of prayer. Yeah. So I understand. Let's just talk about this text today. In this text that we want to look at today, let me give you a little backdrop of this. Paul and Silas and a host of others came to this city where this young lady she had a spirit of divination. She was a soothsayer. She was able to see into the spirit realm. And so she brought her owners. Some people seek to own you. Some people seek to tell you what to do all the time. They seek to gain from you. Can I say suckers in your church? Some people are just suckers in your life. They just want to take from you. And so now the Bible says when they saw that they couldn't take from her anymore. See, when some people are always looking for someone to blame, Clement. They're always looking for someone to blame. And so if I can't blame her, I'll blame you. So now because they couldn't gain from this young lady anymore, the first thing they did was they latched hold to Paul and Silas. And so now I want to tell you today, before we go on any further, when I was growing up, my father used to say, prayer is the key that unlocks any door. I couldn't understand it because I never got to the place where I really truly needed to pray. Can I talk to someone who's really been in a situation that they really needed to pray? Some of you don't really need to pray, so you don't understand exactly what I'm saying. But the Bible says that at midnight is a breaking point in your life. Some of us have been to the breaking point where we lost our mind and we needed to pray. Can I talk to those people today? Can I talk to those ones today? Understand, prayer is the key that unlocks every door, but praise is the keeps the door open. So you pray and you praise. And so prayer keeps it open. Prayer opens it, but praise keeps it open. And so now we've got Paul and Silas. Now the Bible says that the magistrate took hold of them and they beat them openly. How many of you have ever been exposed openly? Can I talk to you today? Things happen to you and you find yourself, the Bible says, they was naked in front of everybody. Maybe if you got to a place where you needed to pray, you would understand exactly what I'm saying. Some of us were got to a place where we had to pray. Prayer was our only resort. See, if you still have 1 or 2 or 3 different people that you can call, then I'm not talking to you today. I didn't came to preach to you today. Then the sermon for you is next week. But for those of us who have no other alternative, prayer is the only key that we have. Says now they beat them and exposed them. They beat them with many stripes. And then Claire, they did something with just like the devil. They took them and they not only put them in prison, but they allow a man to watch the prison. Some people in your life believe they could dictate to what's going on in your life. They put them in prison and they allow a man to watch the prison. But someone told me that a few years before that, they put Jesus in the grave and they put a seal on it and they allow men to watch the prison. Some people get planted mixed up with buried. They think because I'm at a place where I'm broken, I'm down, but I'm out. But the devil is a liar. You watch me all you want. Men are always to pray and not to faint. When you think I'm down, I'm really down on my knee. I'm giving God praise because I understand if I'm going to go up, I got to go down first. Let men watch me. Put me in a stock. Stretch me wide if you need to, but yet still I will rise again. I am coming back. I won't go out like that. I have the key and it's called prayer. Yeah. I wish I could talk to you today. It said that this jailer and poor little old jailer, they put him in charge of Paul and Silas. But you got to understand, it had to be important. So he put him in, Donya, they put him in the inner prison. What you saying, Pastor? You've ever been locked up in your mind? Oh, Jesus. I don't have on no handcuffs on me, Donya. I don't have on no handcuffs on me, Kelly. But I've been locked up in my mind a time or two. Can I talk to the people who's been locked up in their mind? They locked them up in the inner prison, a prison where you can't get out. I'm looking good. I'm jumping around, but I'm bound in the inner prison. I'm bound in my mind. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to say. I'm locked up in my mind. And so the Bible says we shouldn't be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. I've come to understand many people are tiptoeing along the line. They're about to give up because you think they're looking good. I've come to understand, Claire, people see you but they don't understand you. They don't understand. They think because you're preaching, because you're saved, God, you got it all together, but you don't really know how deep the rabbit hole goes. You don't really know how the stalks are locked up in my mind. I'm smiling because the songwriter says I'm singing because I'm happy. Well, all the time I'm not happy. I'm singing because I am afraid to stop singing because some stuff could happen to me if I stop singing. I sing because I want to be free. You see me looking like everything okay, and my eyes, I'm smiling, and I'm walking, I'm looking like everything is good, but you don't understand. I'm locked up in my mind. You don't understand. In the inner prison, I'm locked, stock, and barrel. I'm locked up in my mind, and you can't free me. But I know a man who's been locked up before, and he said, not my will, but thy will be done. So he's been there locked up like me, and he delivered me before, so he can deliver you too, baby. They put him in the inner prison. He was locked up. Sometimes people don't know how locked up we really are.